Words carry immense power. They reveal emotions, intentions, and sometimes the uncomfortable truths we wish to avoid. In relationships, certain phrases can stand out as red flags, signaling a shift in emotional connection. These aren't just fleeting comments, but statements that, when repeated, often indicate that someone may be emotionally done. They can leave you feeling confused, hurt, or searching for answers, as they subtly mark the unraveling of emotional investment. This guide will help you recognize 6 hurtful phrases that may indicate her heart is no longer in the relationship. By understanding the deeper meanings behind these words, you'll gain clarity on what might be happening beneath the surface. More importantly, you'll learn how to respond with insight and composure, whether that means opening a conversation to repair the bond or coming to terms with the reality of moving forward. Emotional detachment rarely happens overnight. It's often marked by subtle cues, like the words someone chooses to use. Recognizing these signs early can give you a chance to address the underlying issues. It might even save the relationship, giving both of you the opportunity to rebuild trust and connection. Alternatively, if the relationship has reached its natural end, understanding these phrases can help you move forward with clarity and self-awareness. By the end of this guide, you'll be equipped to spot these telling words, understand their implications, and take meaningful action, whether that's to heal the relationship or yourself. 1. Whatever, the voice of indifference. When she starts saying whatever, it's often a sign of emotional exhaustion. This single word can carry a world of meaning, reflecting her detachment and lack of interest in resolving the issue at hand. It shows she may no longer care about the outcome, signaling indifference instead of engagement. Whatever dismisses the significance of the moment. It shuts down meaningful communication, leaving the other person feeling unheard and unimportant. Instead of engaging in the discussion or conflict, it creates a wall, making it hard to resolve differences or rebuild connection. This phrase often emerges during disagreements, conflicts, or even critical conversations. It's usually accompanied by a dismissive tone, size or body language like crossed arms, rolling eyes, or turning away. The tone and timing of whatever are as significant as the word itself, showing she's emotionally checked out from the discussion. Stay calm. Resist the urge to match her indifference with frustration. Reacting emotionally can escalate the situation and make her feel more justified in shutting down. Ask open-ended questions. Gently probe into her feelings to understand the root of her indifference. For example, "It seems like something's bothering you. Can we talk about it?" This approach invites dialogue rather than conflict. Acknowledge her emotions. Show empathy by acknowledging her perspective without judgment. This can help reopen the lines of communication. Whatever is not just a word, it's a signal. Recognizing and addressing it calmly can be the first step to understanding what's truly going on beneath the surface. 2. I don't care, the resignation of effort. When she says, "I don't care," it's more than just a phrase. It's a signal of emotional withdrawal. This statement reflects a loss of interest in the relationship or its shared goals, marking a departure from the effort once invested. It conveys detachment, suggesting that the emotional energy required to maintain the connection is no longer present. Hearing "I don't care" can be devastating because it trivializes matters that were once meaningful. It erodes the foundation of mutual understanding and shared investment, leaving the other person feeling ignored, unimportant, and emotionally isolated. It dismisses the significance of not just the issue at hand, but potentially the entire relationship dynamic. Paired with disengaged behaviors such as avoiding eye contact, sighing, or appearing distracted. Delivered during moments of conflict, when emotional presence is most needed but noticeably absent, may be said in a monotone voice, emphasizing detachment and resignation. Reflect on past communication breakdowns. Think about whether recurring issues have left her feeling unheard or undervalued. Identify patterns where dialogue may have faltered. Gently address underlying issues. Approach the situation calmly, asking questions like, "It feels like something's been weighing on you. Can we talk about it?" This opens the door to a constructive conversation without confrontation. Reaffirm the connection. Remind her of what the relationship means to you, showing her that her emotions and opinions still hold value. When someone says, "I don't care," it often reflects deeper issues. A patient and empathetic approach can help uncover the true root of her feelings and potentially reignite the emotional connection. 3. Do whatever you want. Permission to drift apart. When she says, "Do whatever you want," it's not just a casual statement. It reflects her emotional disconnection from the relationship. This phrase suggests she's stepping back from having a say in shared decisions or concerns, signaling an abdication of influence. It's an indication that she no longer feels invested in contributing to the partnership, leaving decisions entirely up to you. Hearing this phrase can feel like a rejection of the bond you share. It implies apathy and signals that the relationship's shared responsibilities, decisions or values no longer hold significance for her. This lack of engagement can leave you feeling unsupported, isolated, and uncertain about the partnership's direction, often delivered with a tone of frustration, indifference, or emotional fatigue, accompanied by dismissive body language such as crossed arms, sighing, or turning away. Common during conversations about shared plans, responsibilities, or conflicts where compromise is expected. Let her know that you value her perspective and need her input. Acknowledge her feelings by saying, "I want us to make decisions together because your thoughts are important to me." Gently remind her of the shared dreams or values that brought you together. Ask open-ended questions like, "What would make this decision feel better for both of us?" to re-establish collaboration. Explore whether unresolved issues or emotional fatigue are contributing to her withdrawal. Addressing these root causes can help rebuild her sense of involvement. Do whatever you want isn't always about the decision at hand. It's a signal of deeper emotional disengagement. Acknowledging her feelings and seeking reconnection can create a path forward. 4. It's fine. A mask for hidden pain. When she says, "It's fine," it often means the exact opposite. This phrase is a subtle way of masking deeper frustrations, disappointment, or unmet needs. It's her way of avoiding confrontation or sparing herself the emotional labor of expressing how she truly feels. While it might seem like everything is okay on the surface, these words often signal unresolved tension beneath. "It's fine" creates a barrier to honest communication. It leaves you in the dark about her real feelings, making it difficult to address or resolve the issue. Over time, this avoidance can lead to emotional distance, misunderstandings, and resentment. Hearing this phrase repeatedly may leave you feeling unsure, second-guessing her emotions or the health of the relationship. Often followed by silence, a cold demeanor, or passive-aggressive actions like avoiding your gaze or subtly ignoring your efforts. A shift in her tone or energy where her words don't match her body language, accompanied by emotional withdrawal, such as spending less time together or showing disinterest in conversations. Gently let her know that her feelings matter to you. Say something like, "I feel like there's more on your mind. I want to understand how you're feeling because it's important to me." Reassure her that she can share without fear of judgment or conflict. Be patient, even if she needs time to open up. If she's not ready to talk, Give her the space to process her emotions. Revisit the conversation later when she's more comfortable. Behind "it's fine" lies an opportunity for connection. Recognizing the unspoken emotions and showing compassion can help bridge the gap and restore communication. 5. You always or you never. Accusations of resentment. When she uses phrases like "you always" or "you never," it reflects a buildup of unresolved frustrations. These sweeping generalizations aren't just about the specific moment. They're rooted in repeated disappointments or unmet expectations that have gone unaddressed over time. It's her way of expressing that the same patterns are bothering her, but the tone often makes it sound like blame. Such statements make problems feel bigger than they might actually be, framing them as absolutes. This can make you feel like there's no room for redemption or improvement. It often leaves you feeling defensive, overwhelmed, or even unfairly judged. Worse, it can create emotional distance by escalating conflict instead of fostering understanding. These phrases usually arise during heated arguments or moments of frustration, accompanied by other emotionally charged language or dismissive body language, a tendency to bring up past issues as evidence to back her claims. Instead of reacting defensively, validate her feelings. Say something like, "I understand why you feel that way. Let's talk about this so I can see how to improve." Avoid getting drawn into the generalization. Gently redirect the conversation to specific instances by asking, "Can you share an example so I understand better?" This makes the issue feel more manageable. Show her that you're committed to growth and change. For instance, say, "I didn't realize this was affecting you so much. I want to work on this with you." By addressing the underlying frustrations behind "you always" or "you never," you can turn moments of resentment into opportunities for deeper connection and resolution. 6. I'm done. The final curtain. When she says, "I'm done," it's not just words. It's a definitive statement of emotional exhaustion. This phrase signals that she no longer sees hope or reason to invest in the relationship. It's the culmination of unresolved issues, unmet needs, or emotional neglect that she's likely been grappling with for some time. Hearing "I'm done" is painful because it signifies the end of her willingness to try. It cuts deep, often leaving a sense of finality and regret. This declaration is not just about what's wrong now, but about everything that wasn't addressed along the way. It's a moment where the realization of lost potential and connection hits hardest, delivered with a tone of finality, often devoid of emotion or accompanied by tears, followed by physical distance, such as leaving the room or avoiding contact, may be preceded by a history of unresolved conflicts or growing emotional distance. Avoid reacting defensively or trying to dismiss her words. Acknowledge the gravity of what she's expressing. For instance, say, "I hear you, and I'm sorry it's come to this." Take time to think about the actions and patterns that led to this moment. Ask gently, "Can we talk about what brought us here?" This can help both of you gain clarity. Whether this is truly the end or a turning point, focus on understanding her perspective. If there's room for reconciliation, express your willingness to change. If not, prioritize leaving the relationship on respectful and honest terms. "I'm done" can mark a painful turning point, but how you respond can determine whether this moment leads to healing or remains a point of unresolved pain. The 6 hurtful phrases we've explored: whatever, I don't care, do whatever you want, it's fine, you always, or you never, and I'm done, are more than expressions of frustration. They are emotional signals, warning signs that her investment in the relationship is fading. Recognizing these subtle yet impactful words can offer clarity, helping you understand where things truly stand. These phrases might be difficult to hear, but they're an opportunity to confront the underlying issues before it's too late. Take a moment to reflect. Are you truly hearing her words, or are you brushing them aside? Communication is the cornerstone of any strong relationship, and these moments call for openness and vulnerability. Whether the relationship can be salvaged or not, this is a chance to act. Listen, address the concerns, and decide how to move forward. Ask yourself, what can I do differently to improve understanding and connection? As Stoicism teaches us, while we cannot control the actions or emotions of others, we can control our responses. These painful moments, though challenging, offer a chance for personal growth. Whether you find a way forward together or part ways, let this experience build your resilience. Strength doesn't come from avoiding discomfort, but from facing it head-on with grace and determination. Use these signs as a mirror for self-improvement and take steps to emerge stronger, either as a better partner or as someone ready to embrace the next chapter of life with wisdom and clarity.